Whitney Elizabeth Houston. Born the 9th of August, 1963, she was, and still is, one of the greatest singers the world has ever known, and is one of the best-selling music artists of all time. She was also an actor, producer, and a model. She has sold over 220 million records worldwide, and was known for her powerful vocal technique, and her unique vocal improvising skills, blending a gospel singing style with pop music. Whitney Houston had 11 #1 singles on the Billboard 100 and is the only artist ever to have 7 consecutive #1 singles in a row. She has won 8 Grammy Awards, 16 Billboard Music Awards, 2 Emmy Awards, and has broken a total of 30 Guinness World Records. She was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the R&B Music Hall of Fame, the Georgia Music Hall of Fame, the New Jersey Hall of Fame, and the National Recording Registry at the Library of Congress. Houston began singing from a young age at New Hope Baptist Church in Newark, New Jersey. She became a backing vocalist while in high school. A backing vocalist is a singer who provides vocal harmony with a lead vocalist, and this is how she developed her powerful vocal technique. She was also one of the first black women to appear on the cover of 17 magazine after becoming a teen model in 1981.
Since I was 12 years old, and I said, I want to be a singer, she said, you want to be a singer? You really do? I said, yeah, I really do. So she said, okay, let's go. I have nothing to prove. I give myself and that's it. That's all I have to give. It's hard work. It's a lot of work. But when you love it, it feels good. When people in the modeling business really never knew that I did sing. So when they found out that I did sing, it was like, oh, so besides that, you can sing. So let's deal with that too, I don't really know how I really would describe myself as a singer. I just sing.
She signed with Arista Records at age 19. Her first 2 studio albums, Whitney Houston, 1985, and Whitney, 1987, both peaked at #1 on the Billboard Top 200 and are among the best-selling albums of all time. Hit singles from the albums include I Wanna Dance with Somebody, How Will I Know, and The Greatest Love of All.
Remind us how we used to be. Everybody.
The nominees for Favorite Soul: Whitney Houston, Greatest Love of All. And When I Think of You by Janet Jackson.
The Greatest Love of All, Whitney Houston.
For Favorite Soul R&B albums are Control, Janet Jackson; Rapture, Anita Baker; Whitney Houston, Whitney Houston. Here, Whitney Houston. Nominees are
Control, Janet Jackson.
Top Gun soundtrack, Whitney Houston, Whitney Houston.
I'm almost certain. Whitney Houston, Whitney Houston!
Nominees are Anita Baker, Whitney Houston,
Janet Jackson, Patti LaBelle, Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston!
honored to present you with the Phillips Hall of Fame Achievement Award for your enormous contribution to the state-of-the-art of video and for raising the standard of the art form to new horizons.
Houston's rendition of The Star-Spangled Banner at Super Bowl 25 in 1991 received widespread media coverage. Whitney Houston made her acting debut in the romantic thriller The Bodyguard in 1992, which despite its mixed reviews became the 10th highest grossing film at the time.
Mike, what are you doing?
Its soundtrack won the Grammy Award for Album of the Year and remains the best-selling soundtrack album of all time.
You don't look like a bodyguard.
This is my disguise.
It generated multiple hit singles, including I Have Nothing, I'm Every Woman,
You want whatever you need.
and I Will Always Love You, which won the Grammy Award for Record of the Year.
From the movie standpoint, I didn't pick the song because I was thinking what it was going to become. I just picked the song because I thought emotionally was right there. It's like I'm making a statement. And so for me, the statement a cappella was very important for the movie. They began to think about, record play that was like, well, you're not going to be able to use this. They're going to want to just lop this off. And the radio might not play I Will Always Love You because it starts that way. I remember saying, absolutely, don't be so sure.
Grammy goes to Whitney Houston!
So much. Thank you. Listen, I got a lot of folks to thank, so I'm going to put this down for a second, okay? Wrote a beautiful song. Thank you so much for writing such beautiful songs, really. Nippy Inc., my office staff, Maria, Kim, Lynn, Carla, Cindy, Jerry, Sheldon. Love you, Mommy and Daddy. I wouldn't be here without you. And always first in my life, I thank my Father, Jesus Christ.
I Will Always Love You spent a record 14 weeks, about 3 months, on top of the Billboard 100 and became the best-selling single by a woman in music history.
I think that Mariah is Mariah, and that's what she should be known for her work, and not for being compared or sounding like me. I don't really hear it,
She later starred in the films Waiting to Exhale in 1995.
You see, the more I think about it, you look like the scum of the earth.
And The Preacher's Wife, 1996.
Henry?
Oh my.
From director Penny Marshall.
You get out as much as I do.
Oh, less, even less.
For which she recorded both their respective soundtracks.
In love sometimes you say
with Exhale becoming her last Billboard #1 single, while The Preacher's Wife, produced by Houston herself, became the best-selling gospel album of all time.
I believe in you and me, even dreams again. I believe that the river finds the sea. I was lost.
Houston's first studio album in 8 years, My Love Is Your Love, 1998, spawned several hit singles, including the title track.
And I'm standing on the front line. Oh, that's what I did with my life. I will stay again.
It's not right.
I'm packing back so you can leave town for a week. There's no more tears left. Was it really worth you going out like that?
The greatest singers in the world.
Nice dress. That's a one of a kind, huh? But you know what? What, baby? Fortunately, I come prepared for situations like this. Try it on me! All right. Because, I could do better. You look good now. All right, now that's a page turner. No, you look good. You look very good. I love you too. How you doing? I'm good.
Who knows what miracles you can achieve? But I say,
The Academy Award-winning duet with Mariah Carey, When You Believe.
Stephen Schwartz for When You Believe from the Prince of Egypt. Stephen Schwartz is very sorry that he cannot be here. He's in rehearsals for a show in New York, but he wishes to express his gratitude to the members of the Academy.
you will when you believe. But when you're blinded by your pain, can't see it's very near.
Following the success, she renewed her contract with Arista for $100 million in 2001, which was one of the biggest recording deals of all time, but her personal problems soon began to overshadow her singing career. Her 2002 studio album, Just Whitney, received mixed reviews, with her drug use and marital problems receiving widespread media coverage.
But it was Whitney who everybody
After
tabloids all the time. We all have our times, our moments where we're just, going through something, what I'm saying? I took a break. I needed that break. I needed time to raise my daughter. Stay strong, baby. I got your back. We were lacing our marijuana with base.
With base.
Yeah.
You were freebasing.
I had lived a life of fame and fortune, and
son called me.
Gary called.
Yeah.
And what did he say?
Said, Mommy, we have to do something about,
And my mother came to my house. It was kind of funny, but like now I got it. And she walks in with these sheriffs, and she says, "I have a court junction here."
What was the injunction for?
No. To go into rehab.
To go into rehab.
That's where she went, yeah.
After divorcing her husband, Bobby Brown, she returned to the top of the Billboard 200 chart with her final studio album, I Look to You, in 2009.
I look to you, I look, and you are here.
In February 2012, Whitney Houston accidentally drowned in a bathtub at the Beverly Hilton Hotel in Beverly Hills, with heart disease and cocaine use reported as contributing factors. The 2012 Grammy Awards, which took place the day following her death, was covered internationally with many honors to Whitney Houston.
Stretcher. An ambulance took the 18-year-old to the hospital. Only hours earlier, her mother's body was taken from the same hotel to the morgue, found dead in the bathtub of her hotel room on Saturday. She was there to attend Clive Davis's annual pre-Grammy bash.
Her life and career were dramatized in the 2022 biopic, I Wanna Dance with Somebody. Directed by Cossa Lemons, the film stars Naomi Ackie as Whitney Houston.
There's a boy!
What's your name again?
Whitney Elizabeth Houston. Wait, no, it's on, listen.
He really loves me.
Alyssa Jane Milano was born on the 19th of December, 1972, into an Italian-American family in Brooklyn, New York. Her father, Thomas, is a film music editor, and her mother, Lynn, a fashion designer. She also has a younger brother, named Corey. She unexpectedly broke into the entertainment industry when her babysitter took her to an audition for a touring production of the musical Annie without her parents' knowledge.
Annie on the radio from coast to coast. She's famous. The next thing you know, she'll be in the funny paper.
When she was offered a role as one of the orphans, her parents were wary of giving their permission. Only 7 years old at the time, Milano wouldn't back down, and she spent the next 18 months on the road with the show. From there, she knew what she wanted to do. I heard the applause, and right then it was all over. I knew to myself, this is it, forever. In 1984, Milano began starring in the hit sitcom, Who's the Boss? As Samantha Michelli, the outspoken daughter of Tony Danza's character.
You've been fighting again? I thought you said you were going to be more careful.
I am being careful. I'm not dripping blood on the floor.
I don't like you talking that way to Mrs. Bauer either.
I can't help it, Dad. She's starting to bug me. Walk away. Get control. Just remove yourself from the problem. I'll just snap open my little Mary Poppins umbrella and fly off to goody-goody land.
Come on, Sam. She just doesn't want to see you fighting, and neither do I.
So what was I supposed to do? I got mad. Don't people get mad in Connecticut?
Where'd you get the money to buy this?
Dad, this is Connecticut. I have wealthy friends. You owe me 250 clams.
The show ran for 8 successful seasons, and turned her into one of the leading teen icons of the 1980s. While filming the series, Milano developed a close relationship with co-star Tony Danza. Commenting on their early years together, Danza stated, "She was just the sweetest little girl of all time. She became much like my own daughter. She made up for lost schooling with an on-set tutor, which would sit with her for 3 hours a day." In 1985, she played the daughter of Arnold Schwarzenegger's character in the action film, Commando.
What's that Army helicopter doing here? You said you wouldn't go away again. You said you were through.
I promise. You go to your bedroom, okay? And stay out of sight. Where is she?
Mellow out, man. Your daughter's safe, Colonel. Whether she stays that way is up to you. My people got some business with you, and you gotta cooperate.
When the movie was released in Japan, a producer offered her a 5-album record deal. The albums would reach platinum status in Japan, in a genre she described as bubblegum pop.
You're the best in the world to me. It's easy to feel it. You're the best in the world to me. It's easy to see. I really can feel it.
In the late 1980s, Milano reached out to one of her fans, a preteen boy who was ostracized for having AIDS. She attended a party at his home, where she sat with him for 6 hours making friendship bracelets. They later appeared together on the Phil Donahue Show, where Milano kissed him on the cheek to emphasize that people do not catch the disease through casual contact. In 1996, Milano was offered the role of Jennifer Mancini on the drama show, Melrose Place by producer Aaron Spelling.
Hey, Greg! I was just on my way to see you.
I thought I'd bake you some cookies.
You bake these yourself.
Actually, they're store-bought. I'm sorry for dropping by like that. Had to see you again.
You did?
I just can't stop thinking about you. I have a little confession to make. I had no idea that research could be so dangerous. I'm shivering all over.
I can see that.
Dry me off.
Sure thing. Be right back.
and in 1998, she was cast as Phoebe Halliwell, one of the lead characters on Spelling's show, Charmed.
This is the ocean! It is very cold and I'm allergic to shellfish! Put your head underwater and get my hair wet? Phoebe, you're a mermaid!
She and Holly Marie Combs became producers for the show during season 4. The series ran for 8 seasons, concluding in 2006.
What do you think, Witch? Am I as good as you? Or better?
In October 2004, she raised approximately $50,000 for South African women and children with AIDS by selling some of her own belongings. She also became an ambassador for the Global Network for Neglected Tropical Diseases, to which Milano donated $250,000. She is also a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador for the United States of America, for which her field work included a 2004 trip to Angola to speak with people disfigured by landmines, and a trip to India to meet displaced mothers living in squalor following the 2004 tsunami, and a trip to Western Kosovo to witness impoverished living conditions. Milano wrote on her blog that the trip was the hardest experience I've had on a field visit, describing a waste dump near the settlement where children foraged pieces of metal to sell for food. In 2007 she appeared at a Pito event, in a dress made of vegetables, to advocate for veganism. In 2008 she appeared in 10 episodes of My Name is Earl.
You got a promotion? Oh, honey, that's wonderful.
And in 2009, she produced and starred in the romantic comedy, My Boyfriend's Girlfriend.
I know.
Just give yourself some time.
How did you know she was the one?
In 2013, Milano created the comic book series, Hacktivist. The book, which explores the modern world of hacking and global activism, is described as a fast-paced cyber thriller, set in a time of war. The series received positive reviews, and holds a score of 8.1 out of 10, on the website, Comic Book Roundup. In 2014, with the help of South Korean rescue group, CARE, she rescued an abused Jindo mixed dog, that was chained up and raised for the dog meat trade. On October 15, 2017, Milano posted a message on Twitter, that relaunched the Me Too movement, which was originally started in 2006 by Tyana Burke. The message encouraged survivors of sexual abuse to use the hashtag to gauge the widespread problem of sexual misconduct within our society. In 2019, she released a children's book titled Hope, Project Middle School, and also began hosting the podcast, Alyssa Milano, Sorry Not Sorry. The podcast deals with social and political commentary, and featured a number of celebrities and actors. In 2020, she had a recurring role on the comedy series, The Now.
Crazy story, but I found out my brother killed himself while I was in the middle of trying to kill myself.
That wouldn't be funny.
You're joking.
This is not my joking phase.
How can I expect to be happy when my brother just jumped off a bridge? Are you texting? It definitely looks like you're texting right now.
No.
And in 2021, she was cast to star in the Netflix film, Brazen Virtue.
She had no enemies that she knew of.
Careful, Grace. Rein in your overactive imagination.
We got ourselves a serial killer.
Everybody has secrets.
In 2021, she released her book, Sorry Not Sorry, which details her activism and thoughts on current political and social issues. Alyssa Milano is currently married to David Bugliari, a well-known Hollywood talent agent, and have 2 kids with him, Elizabella Dillon, 9, and Milo Thomas, 12. She recently shared these pictures with her kids while on vacation in 2023. Cindy Crawford gained fame in the 1980s as an American fashion model and television personality. She was born on the 20th of February, 1966, in DeKalb, Illinois. She has two sisters, Chris and Danielle Crawford. Her father was an electrician and her mother was a bank teller. She first realized her dream of being a model when in her first year of high school, some of her classmates played a cruel prank on her by calling her at home and pretending to offer her a position as a model. At the age of 16, she was working at an after-school job on a corn farm when a photographer spotted her and approached her to take a picture for a local newspaper. The picture received positive reviews, which led to her signing a contract with an agency called Elite Model Management, one of the largest modeling agencies in the world. In 1984 she graduated as class valedictorian from DeKalb High School and began pursuing a degree in chemical engineering at Northwestern University on an academic scholarship. But when her modeling assignments increased, the pressure of trying to juggle both became too much, and she would end up dropping out to focus on her modeling career. In 1986 she moved to New York City. Her big break came when she was chosen as the cover model for the August 1986 issue of Vogue. The magazine chose not to airbrush out the beauty mark on the side of her mouth. Many experts in the fashion industry considered it a flaw, since models were supposed to be perfect. The mark would soon become part of her trademark look, for which she became known all around the world. She broke new ground in the fashion industry with her intelligence, down-to-earth demeanor, and athletic, full-bodied physique. She became the first modern fashion model to appear nude in Playboy in July of 1988. She also became the host of the fashion television show House of Style from 1989 to 1995, which not only had a large female audience, but attracted a 50% male audience during its peak.
Anybody home?
What is it?
MTV.
Bird.
Oh my God!
This is the living room. We're in the crib, and this is the couch. And that's a dog. It's a dog.
Is this the kind of house you grew up in?
No, not really.
Here's lies. It's like when you come to a set of a TV show, like I saw this on TV, and it really looks like you're in a mansion. And you come here and it's small.
And show people what's on the other side. You know, see how it turns into a set?
First up, a lot of people assume that it's really easy to walk like a runway model. It does require a little practice and a lot of know-how. Ellen Harth and I recently showed some girls and guys in New Jersey how to do it.
I just looked nervous and I just tried to look more relaxed. And the more that I did it, the more relaxed.
Black tie is the norm for most award shows, but at the MTV Awards, black tie is interpreted a little bit more creatively.
My look, this look right here? Yeah. Oh, because you're a fashion girl, right?
Yeah, you got it, babe.
You got that fashionable shit.
Blend it with your life and your lifestyle and what you already have.
In 1989, Cindy Crawford signed a 4-year, multi-million-dollar contract with Revlon.
Revlon Outrageous Lip Color. All-out color and shine for outrageous lips.
Which gained her international recognition when she was featured on Vogue magazine with 4 other famous supermodels, including Naomi Campbell in 1990. The grouping of 5 top models on a single cover attracted a lot of public interest. Later that year, the group of models appeared in George Michael's music video of the song, Freedom.
Among them, MTV's own House of Style hostess Cindy Crawford. Cindy debriefed her fellow beauties on this maiden video venture for us, and she's here with a report. Cindy?
Anytime, Cindy. Thanks, Kurt. Yes, George Michael has done a second video for his Listen Without Prejudice album. This one for Freedom 90. Once again, George decided not to put himself anywhere in the video, and that's where I come in, along with my dear, dear friends. Thank you.
This led to Versace hiring the group of supermodels to walk down the runway at his couture show in 1991, to a standing ovation from the audience. Video of the event helped the fashion industry going mainstream, which led to an era where supermodels became globally recognized by the public, by name and face only. Cindy Crawford was married to Hollywood actor Richard Gere from 1991 to 1995. She also gained a reputation as a successful businesswoman after venturing into a number of different industries. She launched her own production company, Crawford Incorporated, to exclusively manage her career, and in 1992 she released the first installment in a series of fitness videos, which sold millions of copies. By 1998 she had made over 500 appearances on magazine covers, and has walked the runway in shows for Chanel, Versace, Dolce & Gabbana, Christian Dior, Calvin Klein, Ralph Lauren, DKNY, and many others. Crawford also appeared in many fashion campaigns during her career, including those for Versace, Calvin Klein, Oscar de la Renta, Guess, The Gap, and Revlon. She has also worked for Omega, Maybelline, Clairol, and Pepsi. She was rated number 5 on Playboy's list of the 100 sexiest stars of the 20th century. In 1997, Shape magazine ran a survey of 4,000 people, who picked her as the second most beautiful woman in the world. Demi Moore was number 1. In 2002, she was named one of the 50 most beautiful people by People magazine. She was in her 40s, when in 2006, Maxim magazine named her number 26, out of the 100 hottest women. She was also named number 3 on VH1's 40 Hottest Hotties of the 90s, and was named one of the 100 hottest women of all time by Men's Health. In 1991, she wore a red Versace dress to the 63rd Academy Awards. The dress became famous as one of the most copied designs of all time and spawned numerous fakes. A recent poll placed it in the top 10 best outfits of the red carpet. In 1987, she made her first movie appearance in the movie The Secret of My Success starring Michael J. Fox. The role consisted of only a few seconds during the opening credits. Her first proper acting role was in the film Fair Game.
That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen, man!
You running off alone was dumber, Kate!
Who the fuck elected you, my knight in shining armor?
For what?
Or I'll take your goddamn head
Oh,
off!
shit!
Had enough?
I'm waiting.
She also made many appearances on a number of TV shows.
Give me one margarita, I'ma open my leg. Give me one margarita, I'ma open my leg.
Mr. Turlington is one that I'm a big fan of.
Amazing. One of the great things about being a model is they do this thing called retouching to photographs, where it's like if you have a pimple, it's gone. Like they can just take it off. When I was starting out as a model, and they would retouch my mole off sometimes.
They would.
So I didn't look like myself.
But that became your trademark.
It did. So, but in the beginning, people weren't sure if it was considered beautiful or not. So.
Ready, Cindy?
Ready, Teddy?
There's a fragrance that's always you.
The refrigerator. You're not Eddie.
No, Eddie gave me the shop.
Why?
Because I asked for it. Thanks. I like it when men give me things.
She also co-wrote a book with Catherine O'Leary, detailing her life story. She has a son, Presley, and a daughter, Kaya Crawford, who are also notable models. When she was 10 years old, her 3-year-old brother died from leukemia, which inspired her to make childhood cancer a major part of her many charitable donations. Cindy Crawford recently turned 58 and is married to wealthy American businessman Randy Gerber, 61, who is a business partner and close friend of actor George Clooney. But she is no trophy wife. Her own wealth is estimated by Forbes to be around $225 million.